Hey guys, welcome to another Epic 7 video. Today I am going to help you decide which 5-star hero to pick from the Dash event fully decked Selector ticket. This ticket allows you to pick any RGB except limited and few others with max skill ups and fully awakened. I am going to give you 10 options and explain to you why each of them is a solid option, how to build them, and where to use them best. Before we start, I would like to give you a small tip to help you deciding in general. First, do not use your ticket until all the free summons event is over, because you may get the hero you select in a random pull. Second, pick a hero that you don't own, of course. And last, pick a DPS preferably, because those are the heroes that benefit the most from all skill ups. Soul Weavers, for example, don't need max skill ups on their damage skills. First on the list we have Seline, a magnificent DPS, both PvP and PvE. She is insanely strong in current meta because she counters non-attack skills so hard. I used her a lot in the last RTA season for my Sermia skin, and she is a very good pick if you know how to use her. Seline is also a good pick because she is a DPS, and she need to have all her skills maxed, so using this selector will not be wasted on her. You can use and gear her easily as well since the event already gives you an amazing destruction set which fits her perfectly. Second, we have Pitus, a very strong mage DPS and a debuffer with a unique mechanic that also punishes enemies who use non-attack skills. Pitus can be used in PvP mostly, especially in cleave setups, using Rune for example to nuke Genua, to bait him to trigger his passive in order for Pitus to trigger hers and take him out. There are other scenarios you can use her in as well, like using her passive that reduce every CR push mechanic to counter cleave setups in RTA for example. So picking her is a solid option. She also requires to have all her skills maxed and super easy to build as well. For our third spot, we have Balana. Not only she is an amazing PvE hero who can cheese many abyss floors and clear hunts 13, but also she is the best DPS for current Rift content, especially if you are trying to farm endgame gear. Balana will do the job, and she requires to have all her skills maxed, so picking her with the ticket is a wise choice. Moving on to the fourth pick, and that is Rune. Rune is an amazing PvP opener and DPS who can be used with so many team comps to deal with annoying defenses. His damage is really high as well, especially his S1 that penetrates defense. So picking him with max skill ups is a solid option. Just keep in mind he requires high speed to work in PvP, and if that's not your cup of tea, he can work in an auto one-shot for Wyvern 13 hunt as well. Our fifth pick is going to be Azhag, an amazing DPS with insane amount of utility and team synergy. Azhag is a solid pick because he works insanely well either fast or slow because of his S2 and S3 that work so well together. My best trick in PvP with him is pairing him with Strazi and locking an enemy for Strazi S3 to target, assuming there are 2 high HP enemies. Azhag's injury on S3 can reduce max HP of one of them to allow Strazi to one-shot the other, for example. Azhag is also amazing in PvE content, like some Abyss challenges and raid bosses. Picking him is a solid option. Your sixth option is going to be Ravi, a top-tier bruiser who got recently buffed and became a must-have for turn 2 players in RTA. Ravi is super strong with a fully loaded kit. She can cleanse, self-buff, stun enemies, and deals massive damage on top of that. Picking Ravi is a wise choice as well. Keep in mind, she requires some decent gear to work well in PvP and must be built with counter set for best results. Now for our seventh option, we have Alencia, and she is about to be buffed and going to be a complete monster in PvP without a doubt. Alencia is a strong bruiser who can take down teams by herself if paired correctly with others. She is also very useful in some abyss floors and even raid bosses. Her new buff is going to make her shine even more in RTA, and we talked about it in a previous video, so picking Alencia is a very solid choice. Eighth option is going to be Chu, another top-tier bruiser, and also works in both PvP and PvE. Chu can be used to auto-nightmare raids, abyss floors, and even hunts. She is also super strong in PvP if built and used correctly. Picking her is another good option since she also needs her skills all maxed. Now for our ninth option, we have Vildred. This hero has been top tier since release for one main reason, and that is his speed imprint that helps cleavers especially. His kit is really solid and can deal massive damage when cleaving with him, so I recommend picking him as well. Finally, for our 10th and last option, Luluca. A solid mage unit who proven to be insanely strong in so many PvE content such as Hunt, Raids, and many Abyss floors. Luluca also requires to have her skills maxed for best performance, so I highly recommend picking her. Alright guys, these were my top 10 units for you to pick with your fully decked Selector ticket. I really hope you find this video helpful, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments section. Good luck on your farming, and see you in the next one.